So we have this comment by Xavier Uncle. He says Dubai real estate market is a big bubble. What do you have to say about that?
What do you have to say about that, Lobo?
I really feel that if you compare the Dubai real estate market with other markets around the world, specifically if you say beach facing units or water facing apartments or all that, and compare that to other places around the world, you'll find the prices in Dubai very, very low. And that makes all the sense. Like if you think it's a bubble, do come to Dubai, see the properties, and then you decide rather than just sitting at some corner and saying the market is a bubble and all. So that's my take. What do you think?
See, I personally feel that, if you ask a real estate agent, and a lot of my potential clients ask me whether the market is in a bubble or not, as a
Yeah.
real estate agent, I'll never admit that it's in a bubble,
Okay.
right? As simple as that. No other real estate agent would do that either,
Why?
right?
Why? But
If you ask a real estate agent based in Dubai, they'll never say it's in a bubble. If you ask a real estate agent based in India or in the US or UK, they'll say Dubai is in a bubble because they're looking at their own sales, right?
correct,
If
correct.
somebody's invested in Dubai, then they'll of course not think that it's in a bubble because they're invested themselves. If somebody's doesn't have the liquidity because they're invested elsewhere, and it's like sour grapes, they'll say that market is in a bubble. The point is that you're not looking at the entire market, right? You want to look at the unit that you're considering to buy, right? I mean, if you're thinking about buying a villa for 12 million, which was sold at a base price of 5, and somebody just upgraded it by spending a million dirhams on top of it, and then you're okay to pay, a 6 million top up on top of that, it's you're buying something which is expensive, it's in a
Appreciated as
bubble.
well.
But on the other hand, if you're buying something with a great developer, with a fabulous payment plan, with a tube station coming next doors, right? With a new airport coming up like 5 minutes away, right? You're getting, the catalysts are there, the payment plans are there, the developer is there, you're getting the right layout, both your rooms have sunlight coming in, so on
Yeah.
and so forth, which can be rented out very easily at the right price. Boom, you're not in a bubble anymore. So it really depends on what you particularly are looking at. You can always figure out what the rental yields are in the area that you're looking at, what the rental yield is for a 2-bedroom apartment in the area that you're looking at, and then make a decision instead of just looking at random places for information, and then being in this double mind whether Dubai is a value proposition or whether it's in a bubble. So I would say that look at it very specifically to what your unit will sort of make in the future, instead of looking at the entire market.
Actually, you directly deep dive into the concept whether Dubai market is a bubble or not. Can we talk a little more about, like, for new investors, what do you mean when you call as the market is in a bubble? What does that term mean?
I mean, the market, when it's in a bubble means that any kind of prices are going, any kind of units are being sold out, right?
Okay.
Like, something which is not even close to the vicinity, the downtown or ground zero. It's really far off, and the prices are hiked up, and it's still, there are still buyers buying properties and expecting the prices to even go higher. And more importantly, a market is in a bubble when you have people who are trading a lot, right? And they're just chasing the dragon in a way, right? That they'll buy something at 2 million, and because the market is increasing, they'll be able to sell it in 2.5 or 3 million, right? So they just keep on pumping the numbers up.
I guess a lot of the properties that come on news that people have sold like a property for 100 million, 200 million, and then people presume that that is the bubble, not knowing exactly what are the specifications of that particular project to actually have that price. And I think that is the major reason why people think it's a bubble, and where Dubai is way off the bubble line according to one of the reports as well. If you
Absolutely. I mean, Dubai is like I would say the flag bearer of capitalism,
Yeah.
right? There's open competition. There's no
Right.
restriction on who can build a community or a
Right,
building.
right.
As long as you've got a piece of land, right, and you're allowed to make a certain number of floors on it, you can go ahead and become a developer, right? So what competition does, it keeps pricing in check, right? So somebody is, if you want to buy something in Business Bay, you can buy something for 3,500 dirhams per square foot, but you also have an option to buy something for 2,100, 2,200 dirhams per square foot, right? So you have both the options, right? Of course, you'll have to maybe compromise on the developer. You'll have to go with like an independent developer who's just up and coming, right? Maybe you'll have to, give up on a few things like a view or something like that. But there's always options. So the competition is keeping the prices in check. Again, I would reiterate, don't look at the entire market. Don't get overwhelmed by the information, right? Look at your unit. Look at what you're considering at your price point. Do your research on around that price point, and then find something which is value for money, right? It's more important that, on the short term it might look, a little more expensive than your own country, but on the long term, once you play out what the rentals are gonna be, what the increase in rentals are gonna be, and so on and so forth, you will find that there are a significant number of options that you can purchase in the market.
Right. Okay.